Are you a beginner to fitness and strength training and you want to start building some muscle, losing body fat, but you don't really know where to start? You're a little bit scared or intimidated to go to the gym and you want to start your journey at home? In this video, I'm going to break down the 8 best bodyweight compound exercises to lose fat and build muscle at home. Yes, lifting barbells is great, lifting dumbbells are great, and all other machines and pieces of equipment you might find at a gym or you already have in your home gym. But if you are starting from the beginning, building a base of proper form and good strength through bodyweight exercises is very, very important. So in this video, I'm gonna quickly go over what are compound exercises, why they're great if you're looking to get stronger and build lean muscle, decrease body fat, say do a body recomposition, or if you're just looking for weight loss in general. Then I'm gonna go over my top 8 best bodyweight compound exercises you can do at home to get started on your journey, including proper form and a few modifications for each exercise. And I'm gonna give you one bonus exercise that I highly recommend and requires minimal equipment. So we're gonna get right into it, but of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. My name is Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist, and mama of 2 beautiful baby boys. I have over 16 years experience in the industry helping people increase lean muscle, decrease body fat, and become the best, healthiest, strongest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. So of course, if you find this video helpful, make sure you give it a like and leave me any questions in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. So let's just start by going over what are compound exercises. Put most simply, compound exercises are exercises where you're working more than one muscle group at the same time versus say an isolation exercise where you're working one individual muscle. So why are compound exercises great and why do we want to do them in our workouts? Compound exercises are great for many reasons, but I would say the top 3 reasons why we include compound exercises into our workouts is 1, you're gonna get more bang for your buck in a shorter amount of time. If you're going through a workout doing only isolation exercises, it's gonna take you a lot longer to hit all of the muscle groups of the body versus doing compound exercises where you're hitting more than one muscle group. So you're recruiting more muscle fibers, you're burning more calories, and you're teaching your muscles to work together in symmetry, which is very helpful in what I call real life. The motto of my fitness studio, Core Conditioning here in Surrey, BC is train for life, be ready for anything. And I truly believe that the way we train, we should be training to prepare ourselves to just function better in life. So doing these compound exercises will help you do that. The second benefit of compound exercises is by recruiting more muscle fibers and working more muscles, you're going to eventually build more muscle mass, which if your goal is a body recomposition, meaning increase lean muscle, decrease body fat, that's where these exercises are going to really help. And the third benefit is elevating your heart rate. So it's some of these exercises, what I call sneaky cardio, depending on how you perform them. So you're gonna get your heart rate up doing a lot of these exercises because you're recruiting so many muscle fibers, which means you're gonna burn more calories and get more bang for your buck from your work. Now that's just a quick overview. I don't wanna spend a lot of time on explaining compound exercises. I wanna get you right into the 8 best compound exercises that I want you to start doing immediately. But of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Okay, let's not mess around. What are my top 8 best compound exercises with only body weight that you can do at home? I just want to side note here, but if you are already a little bit more advanced or you have dumbbells at home or you want to learn how to work with barbells, I also have a few other videos already on my channel. I've got this video breaking down the best compound exercises using dumbbells. I also go over all of the form. And then I also have this video is the compound exercises that you can start doing at the gym using the barbell. And then I followed that video with a full form video for all of those barbell exercises as well. So if in a few weeks or a few months and you feel more comfortable and you wanna start challenging yourself past body weight exercises using dumbbells or barbells, you can check out those videos as well. And it'll give you some tips on how you can advance these exercises I'm gonna share today to make them harder and continue to challenge yourself to, of course, build more lean muscle, get stronger, decrease more body fat. Bodyweight compound exercise number 1, a squat. So the muscles you're working in a squat are your quads, your hamstrings, so front of the leg, back of the leg, your glutes, a little bit of your abdominals and your core, and your calves. So again, we're hitting lots of major muscle groups. So when you're performing a squat, you wanna start with your feet about shoulder width apart and make sure when you're going down, you are putting your body weight into your heels and keeping your chest up. When you get to the bottom, you're gonna drive your heels into the ground and squeeze your glutes to push yourself back up. You wanna watch your knee alignment, that your knees stay over your toes and they're not popping out or in. Again, keeping your chest up and driving those heels into the ground on the way up. A few common mistakes I usually see is when people go down, they're leaning their body weight into their toes and their knees are coming forward. So really trying to think like there's a chair behind you and you are sitting back with your body weight in your heels. And then I also see people going way too fast, throwing their hips around and squeezing too hard at the top to push their hips forward. That is not how we want to do it. Another way to practice your form and make these bodyweight squats harder, as you can see here, I'm doing an eccentric or negative. So you're going down slowly, a little pause at the bottom, and driving back up through your heels. And then once you feel comfortable with your form, you really feel the right muscles working and you feel stable, that's when you can start to add weight. So whether it's a child, it could be a bottle of wine, it could be anything you find in your house that has a little bit of weight to it, a jug of water, or of course you can start using dumbbells or other equipment you find at the gym. Bodyweight compound exercise number 2, lunges. Now this is what we call a unilateral exercise. So a squat where both feet are on the ground and you're stable is called a bilateral exercise. So you're working both sides of your body. And then a unilateral exercise is where we're focusing on one arm or one leg, one side of the body. Both have benefits. Bilateral exercises, you're usually able to hold more weight and recruit more muscle fibers, whereas unilateral exercises help you with muscle imbalances because sometimes in a squat, maybe your left leg is stronger than your right leg, but you don't feel which one's working harder until you go into a lunge and you specifically feel you're struggling more on your left side than your right side. So that's why it's good to introduce unilateral exercises. It's good for balance, good for your core, all kind of benefits. A lunge, you are working your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. So again, the front of the leg, the back of the leg, and your glutes. So in this video, I'm showing a reverse lunge. So I'm stepping back till both knees are at 90 degrees and I'm driving up through that front heel, squeezing my quad and squeezing my glute in here, my left leg. So just like in the squat, you wanna make sure your body weight isn't shifting into your toe. I'm driving that heel into the ground and driving up through my glute. If that is too hard and you're not stable enough, you can do what we call a static lunge. So exact same movement, only that back leg is staying in place. Your knee doesn't have to necessarily touch the floor, but you are getting low enough that you get that front knee to 90 degrees. Here it is from the front angle, so see my knee isn't going left or right. I'm keeping my knee right over my toe, come down, drive that heel into the ground and squeeze the glute of the front leg. If you find these hurt your knees, another option is to do a step up. So similar form, one foot on the bench, I'm driving through the heel that is on the bench and talking to that glute of my left leg there, the left leg that is on the bench, and not pushing off my bottom leg. All of the work is coming from that leg that is on the bench. Often people with knee troubles or aren't as stable prefer a step up. You can even start with a lower box and you wanna make sure you're not going too fast, so bouncing off that bottom foot. Nice and slow and controlled, really feel your muscles work. Bodyweight compound exercise number 3, my all-time favorite, deadlifts. Deadlifts are a great exercise with or without equipment for so many reasons, but my best recommendation and exercise number 3 is a single leg bodyweight deadlift. So again, we are looking at the unilateral exercise. So working our stability and our core at the same time. In a single leg bodyweight deadlift, you're working your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back muscles, as well as your core. So you're focusing on what we call the posterior chain. So the back of your leg, your glutes, lower back. So here I am performing a pretend dumbbell deadlift. So pretend I have dumbbells in my hands, but when we are doing a single leg bodyweight deadlift, this is what it's gonna look like. Hinging forward, you should feel tension in the hamstring and the glute, drive your heel down into the ground and squeeze your glute on the way up. If you find it hard to balance, you can use a wall or a chair to help you balance in the beginning, or you can do what I call a kickstand deadlift. So you are still working that left leg, you are still driving through that left glute, but your right leg is in what I call a kickstand, and just to help you with stability. So you're gonna hinge through your hips, keep your back straight, go till you feel that tension and drive up through your glute. So here is a front view. There's my kickstand leg. I'm still working that left leg, but that kickstand leg is just gonna help me balance and really focus on working the proper muscles in my left leg rather than just really trying to work hard to just not fall over. Bodyweight compound exercise number 4, They might be your nemesis, but I actually love them. Push-ups. Push-ups are great for building upper body strength. They work the triceps, the pectoral muscles, so your chest muscles and your shoulders. And when done properly with good form, you're also working your lower back muscles and your core by engaging and stabilizing your spine through your push-up. So when we were looking at form for the push-up, you wanna start with your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, core nice and tight, and no body weight in your toes. So you should be pulling your heels forward. Lowering down as far as you can comfortably and pushing back up with no movement through your lower back and your core. You should not see an arch in your lower back. Abs should be tight, glutes should be tight, and again, you're getting as low as you can. Easier, you can drop to your knees. So see, I'm arching, taking that arch away out of my spine, engaging my core, glutes are tight, and using the exact same form, but from my knees, pushing up and down. You should feel your triceps working, you should feel your chest working, and you don't want to stick your elbows out like that. No, 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 no. Elbows should be coming down to about 45 degrees, not sticking straight out. I see these form mistakes so often at my studio or online or everywhere. So really make sure you're going slow and controlled and using the proper form. If you find that's too hard, you can also try an elevated push-up. So with your hands on, say, a couch, if you have a bench, go for it. You could try that as well with the exact same form tips. If you find that too hard, you can do what I call eccentric push-ups. So you're going down slowly. So 5 seconds to get down and then drop your knees and get up however you want. That will help you get stronger in that lower range of the push-up. Another option is to try doing a wall push-up. So hands are against the wall, same thing, core is nice and tight and you're pushing up and down. This is a great place to start if you have never done push-ups before, and then you can work your way up to some of the harder alternatives. So there you go, that's push-ups, but if you want a more in-depth explanation about push-up form and how to perfect your push-ups, I have a whole video talking about push-ups and how to get stronger, or even how to get started getting stronger at push-ups if you've never done them before in your life. So I'll link that video in the description below, just like the other ones if you wanna go watch that one next. Exercise number 5, a glute bridge. So we're talking body weight glute bridge. I'm gonna show an option of double leg, so bilateral, or a single leg, so unilateral glute bridges. Glute bridges are great because you're working your hamstrings, your lower back, your core and ab muscles, as well as your glutes. So you're gonna start by laying on the floor. You can either start with your arms straight up in the air or down at your sides. Down at your sides is easier. You're gonna find what I call neutral pelvis. So your core is nice and tight and there's no arch in your lower back. Talk to your glutes. Just like in all the other exercises, you're driving your heels into the ground and pushing your glutes up in the air. So you should feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. And again, making sure you are keeping that core nice and tight. If you want to know more about how to activate your transverse abdominis or engage your core muscles, I also have a video already on my channel giving an in-depth explanation for that. I'll link that in the description below. So here we are going up. Another way to make this harder is to force yourself to stabilize. So you're gonna hold at the top for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, arms at the side is easier, arms straight up in the air is a little bit harder. Then we're gonna look at doing a single leg glute bridge. So this makes the exercise a little bit harder by challenging one leg at a time. Again, driving through that heel, core tight. I'm squeezing, right now I'm squeezing my right glute to drive straight up in the air and back down. Everything is coming through that heel. And same thing, I'll show you with the left leg. So core tight, squeeze that glute, drive through my heel and come up and stabilize. Bodyweight exercise number 6 is kind of in 2 parts. It is really hard to work your upper back muscles without equipment, say a resistance band or a suspension trainer or dumbbells. But this exercise is what I call, they're either prone thumb raises and then we turn it into what I call an airplane. So initially the exercise is working your upper back muscles, and then as we make it more advanced, we are working your lower back and your glutes and your core at the same time. This exercise is great for posture, especially if you work at a desk all day or you're on your phone all the time and you're hunched over. Strengthening your upper back muscles, so the muscles behind, between your shoulder blades and around your shoulder blades, will help pull your shoulders back and help you sit up nice and straight. So this is a great place to start in activating those upper back muscles. So here I am laying on my stomach, and all I am doing is a slight bend in my elbow, pulling my shoulders away from my ears and raising my elbows up off the floor to feel the muscles of my upper back working. This might feel hard if you've never done it before. And again, depending on your range of motion and your posture. Then we advance it by raising my legs up and my chest up. So I'm activating my glutes, my lower back muscles, my upper back muscles, and my core. I'm not able to get up that high. I've seen people get a lot higher than this, but again, nobody's perfect, guys. I'm working on it. Goal is to get up as high as you can comfortably and feel those muscles working, hold for a few seconds and release. Now, if you're just a beginner and you find that too hard, you can do what I call a prone Superman. So again, core tight, and you're just raising one arm and opposite leg off the floor, doing your best to keep both hip bones on the mat without rotation through your hips. Remember, fitness isn't all about aesthetics. It's about feeling better and just functioning better in life. So if you are someone who gets a lot of neck pain or shoulder pain because you sit at a desk all day, or depending on, whatever you do in life, if you are activating and strengthening those upper back muscles and your core muscles and your lower back muscle, is going to improve your posture. So not only are you gonna sit more upright, you're also just probably gonna experience a little bit less neck and upper back pain. Bodyweight compound exercise number 7, plank. So if you're looking to tighten your tummy, planks are one of the best core stability exercises, and they work your rectus abdominis, your obliques, and your transverse abdominis. So all of the muscles through here, but also a very functional exercise, great in preventing lower back pain. So here's how you do a plank. Elbows are underneath my shoulders, no arch in my lower back. I'm activating my transverse abdominis and deep core muscles to take that arch away, squeeze my glutes, and my back is flat. Notice my heels are pulled a bit forward and my body weight is in my toes. And if you find that too hard, you can even start with knees down. That's fine. Exact same form. Take that arch out of your back, activate your lower ab and transverse abdominis muscles, glutes tight, and hold. And last but not least, compound exercise number 8 is a side plank. So similar to the front plank, a side plank, you are going to work your obliques and all the muscles on the side to stabilize your core. It's just a great overall exercise to work on stabilization of your spine, making it easier to rotate and bend in life without blowing out your back. And if you like those little lines like on the side of your abs here, side planks are a great way to get those as well. So how do we do a side plank? Again, elbow is under my shoulder, arms straight up in the air, and I'm squeezing the bottom side, so my obliques on the bottom side and my glute on the bottom side. Squeezing as hard as I can and holding stable. If you wanna make that harder, you can add a hip drop. So you're gonna activate those obliques a little bit more, and again, make it a little bit harder for your body to stabilize. You can also add a rotation underneath. Again, this is a little bit of a more advanced version, but still no equipment necessary. You're gonna get a nice burn through your abs and you will really feel those obliques work. And of course, if that's too hard, you can still do a side plank with your knees stacked at about 90 degrees, ankles stacked, elbows still underneath your shoulder. Oh, watch my hair. And then you're pushing up through those obliques again on the bottom side, really squeezing there and squeezing that glute on the bottom side, and then opening your chest up, putting your arm up and holding tight. So you're still gonna feel a great burn in your obliques. Again, you can still add a hip drop from your knees. You can also add that rotation from your knees. So that's how you do a proper side plank. And again, I know a lot of people might not mention planks and side planks as compound exercises and the best body weight exercises, but to be honest, if you build a strong core and you do these exercises and you get stronger through your core, your spinal stabilization, better through rotation from performing these exercises, you're going to be able to get stronger at your squats. Once you get up to lifting dumbbells or barbells and you're going into barbell or dumbbell deadlifts, barbell or dumbbell squats, being able to activate your core properly, as well as just having a strong, stable base, is going to help you in turn build more muscle, because you'll be able to lift more weight without blowing out your back or blowing out your knees. So there you go, guys. That's my top 8 body weight exercises, but I promised one extra one because, again, I am a huge advocate for working your upper back muscles. Let me just show you here. Because let's be honest, who doesn't love a strong back? I even had a backless wedding dress just so I could walk around like this to show off my back. But also great for posture and so many other things. So one option is getting a pull-up bar for home. Pull-ups and chin-ups are great body weight exercises. You can buy bands to put around your chin-up bar to do band-assisted chin-ups. You can also do negatives. But if you're not quite ready for a pull-up bar at home, you can also try out a TRX or a suspension trainer. I have one in my basement where I hook it up around the door frame and I can do inverted rows. Or if you're a very, very beginner and you don't want to start buying a lot of equipment, you can buy one resistance band, probably about medium resistance, hook it around a door frame, and you can do rows that way. So that's a 9th compound exercise. Again, it's not no equipment and body weight. Technically, if you're doing a pull-up or a chin-up or inverted row, yes, it's body weight, but it does require equipment, but also a great investment if you are looking to get stronger and build your upper back muscles. So there you go, guys. That is my favorite body weight exercises to get you started on your strength training journey. And again, remember, form is everything. Talk to your muscles, go slow, and really build a solid foundation before you start to jump into dumbbells and barbells. I mention them in just a random order. It's not necessarily the order that you want to perform them in, but if you need help with your body weight at home workouts, you can always look into my online personalized fitness and nutrition coaching. I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can find out more about working with me one-on-one to get started on your strength training journey or continue to advance you through your strength training journey and achieve your fat loss or body recomposition goals. I also have a free 4-week workout and healthy habits calendar, including all of the body weight follow along workouts already here on my channel. I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can download that to get started, at least moving, 0 equipment necessary, and you can just follow the 4-week calendar and do the workouts here already on my channel. And as always, I hope this video was helpful. So make sure you subscribe, give it a like if you learned something so I know you guys are still enjoying my videos, and I will see you next week.